Karen's voice sliced through the park like a siren, shrill and unyielding. You can't just set up a grill wherever you want, you know. Marcus, flipping ribs with a steady hand, didn't flinch. The summer air was thick with the scent of charred meat and tension, the kind that makes your skin prickle. It was a quiet Sunday in Willow Creek, a suburban haven where picket fences hid petty grudges, and Karen's self-appointed neighborhood watchdog was on a mission. Marcus, a newcomer, had built a brick barbecue pit in the community park, a sturdy thing of mortar and pride. Karen, clutching her phone like a weapon, had already dialed 911, claiming he was vandalizing public property. The crowd of neighbors gathered, whispering, phones out, waiting for the explosion. Marcus had moved to Willow Creek 3 months ago, seeking a fresh start after a brutal year. His wife, Lena, had passed, leaving him with their teenage daughter, Aisha, and a hole in his chest that cooking seemed to fill. The grill was his project, approved by the HOA after weeks of paperwork, a tribute to Lena's love for backyard barbecues. He'd spent weekends laying bricks, Aisha handing him tools, their laughter echoing through the park. But Karen saw the grill as an affront, a blemish on her manicured vision of the neighborhood. It's an eyesore, she'd screamed at the last HOA meeting, ignoring the permits Marcus presented. Now, as sirens wailed in the distance, her crusade had reached its peak. Karen stood, arms crossed, her blonde bob trembling with rage. You think you can just do whatever you want? This is our park. Marcus set down his tongs, his voice low but firm. Ma'am, I've got the permits. This grill's legal. You need to calm down. The crowd murmured, some nodding at Marcus's restraint, others egging Karen on. Aisha, leaning against a picnic table, filmed the scene, her jaw tight. Karen's eyes darted to the phone, and she lunged forward, shrieking, "Stop recording me. You're harassing me." The irony wasn't lost on anyone. Marcus stepped between them, protective, his broad shoulders a wall. "Leave my daughter alone," he said, his voice a quiet thunder. The police arrived, 2 officers stepping out of a cruiser, their faces weary. Karen launched into her tirade: illegal construction, public nuisance, safety hazards. Marcus handed over his permits, his hands steady despite the chaos. The officers skimmed the documents, one raising an eyebrow. "Looks legit," he said. Karen's face crumpled, but she doubled down. "Check again. He's lying." The crowd shifted, sensing the tide turning. Aisha, emboldened, called out, "She's been harassing us for weeks. She even keyed our car." Gasps rippled through the onlookers. Karen's cheeks flushed crimson, but she didn't deny it. The officers exchanged glances, one jotting notes. Then came the counterattack. Linda, the HOA president, pushed through the crowd, her tablet glowing with emails. "Karen, enough," she said, voice sharp. Marcus submitted every form, paid every fee. The grill's approved. You, however, violated our harassment policy. Karen's mouth opened, then closed, like a fish gasping for air. Linda turned to the officers. "She's been warned before. Check her record." The crowd buzzed as one officer typed into his radio. Karen's bravado cracked. Her hands shook as she stammered. "This is outrageous." But the truth was undeniable. Her vendetta had backfired. The officers confirmed it. Karen had a history of complaints, from noise violations to false reports. They issued her a warning, hinting at fines if she persisted. Marcus stood silent, his ribs sizzling, the grill a monument to his resilience. Aisha hugged him, tears in her eyes but a smile breaking through. The crowd dispersed, some apologizing to Marcus, others avoiding his gaze. Karen slunk away, her phone now limp in her hand. The park grew quiet, save for the crackle of the fire and the distant hum of cicadas. That evening, Marcus and Aisha hosted an impromptu barbecue. Neighbors trickled in, bringing sides and stories, their laughter healing the day's wounds. The grill, once a battleground, became a gathering place. But the victory was bittersweet. Marcus watched Aisha joke with friends, her strength a mirror of Lena's, yet he felt the weight of what they'd endured. Karen's prejudice had scarred their fresh start, a reminder that some battles linger. As the last embers faded, he whispered to the stars, "We're still here, Lena. We're still here."